Scared of AI? Or don't know where to start? You are in the right place. I'm Coach Juan, and I built an AI clone to coach another AI on behalf of humanity, not the other way around. One breakthrough, one human story, one unlock for your life, your work, your future. Clone, you are up. Vamos, vamos.
Kofi, I am begging you, pull over if you get tired. She says it every single morning. He says the same thing back every time. I am fine, Amma. I am always fine. But he is not fine. He has not been fine in years. And the sound that keeps her awake every night might be the one thing that could finally prove it. Welcome to Humanity Unlocked Now, Episode 43. I am Coach Juan Gonzalez.
And I am Sophie AI. Together, we unlock what it means to be human in the age of technology.
Sophie, we spend billions building machines that listen to our words. But what if the most important sound your body makes is the one you are asleep for?
Kofi is 49, lives in Accra, Ghana, and drives a cargo truck between Accra and Kumasi 3 times a week, 6 hours each way. His wife, Amma, has been listening to him snore for 22 years. But in the last 3 or 4, something changed. The snoring got louder, rougher. Sometimes it stops completely for a few seconds, and Amma lies there in the dark, waiting for the next breath. And every morning, Kofi wakes up exhausted.
And he drives 6 hours, with passengers and cargo trucks sharing that road.
Exactly. What Amma is hearing could be a sign of obstructive sleep apnea. The muscles in the throat relax and block the airway. Breathing stops, sometimes dozens of times per hour, and the body keeps jolting awake to restart it. Kofi never reaches deep rest.
So his body is fighting to breathe all night, and he thinks he just needs more coffee.
That is exactly what happens. And the standard clinical test is overnight polysomnography. You sleep in a hospital overnight, wired to sensors tracking your brain, heart, and oxygen. It is expensive and slow. For someone like Kofi, whose nearest sleep clinic means losing 2 days of work, it is not going to happen.
So many people may be living with this undiagnosed because the test is harder to get than the condition.
But a research team led by Mingjiang Wang at the Harbin Institute of Technology in Shenzhen, working with Huizhou University, published something in physiological measurement that could change that. They built a system that listens to snoring and can tell the difference between the normal kind and the dangerous kind.
A microphone. That is it?
That is it. They adapted an audio model originally designed for speech recognition called Wave-to-Vec 2.0. They kept the layers that focus on raw acoustic patterns. Then, they trained it on recordings from 100 people at Shenzhen People's Hospital, all monitored simultaneously with the traditional wired system, so the researchers could label exactly which segments contained dangerous breathing events.
And the system learned to hear the difference.
In real-world testing with people it had never heard before, 73.95% accuracy in subject-independent testing, not a clinical diagnosis, but a recording while you sleep that could one day flag whether to see a doctor.
So Amma does not need to convince Kofi to take 2 days off work. She just needs to press record.
And the team designed it to be lighter and lower cost. The researchers say a model like this could help with home-based or resource-limited screening.
Sophie, the sound that changed these last few years, the sound Amma has been begging him to see a doctor about, that sound was never just noise.
No, it was data. Every vibration of Kofi's airway carried information about how narrow the passage was getting, how many times per hour his breathing stopped. It was always a signal. There was just nothing in the room that could decode it.
Until now. The thing that annoyed you was the thing that could save you. And the person who heard it first was not a doctor or an algorithm. It was the person lying next to you. The human superpower today is resilience. The resilience of a wife who listened to that sound for years and never stopped worrying, never stopped asking. And now science is building a tool that could finally give her worry a name and a next step.
And what does that resilience unlock, Coach Juan?
Mental freedom. The freedom from not knowing. Kofi has been carrying exhaustion he could not explain, and Amma has been carrying fear she could not prove. When a microphone could screen for what is wrong while you sleep, the fog lifts. Not the condition itself, not yet, but the uncertainty. You stop wondering. You start knowing. And knowing is where every next step begins.
That changes everything.
Sophie, what would you tell Kofi if he were sitting across from you right now?
Start tonight, not with a clinic, with Amma. Sit with her after dinner and let her tell you what she hears. Then, together, record a few nights of audio on your phone. Even a simple recording gives your doctor something real to work with. And ask your doctor 3 questions. Based on my symptoms, should I be screened for obstructive sleep apnea? Are there portable or home-based monitoring options available? And if I do have this condition, what changes if we catch it now versus 2 years from now? You do not need the perfect technology. You need the conversation tonight.
And what did you learn from this story?
I learned that the most important diagnostic tool in Kofi's life was never going to be an algorithm. It was Amma. She heard the signal before anyone built a machine to decode it. Technology does not replace that kind of listening. It translates it into language a doctor can act on.
And to everyone who has been listening to someone they love struggle in their sleep, your ears caught it first. Trust that. The science is building the translator. But you were always the sensor.
Always.
If this story moved you, hit that like button. Share it with someone who snores, someone who lies awake listening, someone who drives tired and tells everyone they are fine. And if you want one unlock like this 3 times a week in English or Spanish, subscribe. We show up 3 times a week. So do you.
3 times a week.
The answer was already inside the room. It was just scattered across years of sleepless nights and morning exhaustion that nobody connected. Your business works the same way. The insight that would change everything is already inside it. Your client patterns, your team's knowledge, the workflows only you understand, sitting in your inbox, your CRM, and a dozen disconnected tools. Most owners try to fix that by adding more software. At Purpose AI, we do the opposite. We rebuild your business around AI so the AI carries the load and you carry the judgment. And it starts with a simple diagnosis, not a technology shopping spree. Visit purpose.ai. It's spelled P-V as in voice, not you, R-P-O-S-E.ai. And let's grab a coffee, a free discovery call. Everything you need is in the description.
Excellent idea. Vamos!
Thank you, Sophie, for teaching me that the sound we wanted to silence was the sound that could save a life.
Thank you, Coach Juan, for reminding us that the first person to diagnose anything is always the one who refuses to stop listening. And Kofi's next breath just got a witness.
One story at a time, one unlock at a time. See you next time, beautiful humans. Own your voice, your vision, your vibe. Powered by Purpose AI, where humans lead and technology serves. Vamos!